Yeah.
And I think, if there's one of the biggest tectonic changes happening in the music industry that I don't think people are really thinking about is the largest form of consumption, which is 17 hours of radio, is in the process of migrating from a form where artists are not paid to one where they are.
Yeah.
Nothing else happening in the business comes close to that in terms of its potential economic impact.
Yeah.
We have a very tough negotiating relationship with the RIAA, which is kind of what you'd expect. They want more, we want less,
Yeah.
And I think that will go on forever.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But I do think that this last round of negotiation, which was prolonged and was life-threatening for us, it resulted, the silver lining was we developed a bunch of relationships across the table with labels big and small and artists and managers and so the whole ecosystem, to where I think that even though we will disagree radically about what the right fee structure is, I think that there's a sense that you can have a conversation, that folks feel that our motivations are noble and that we're honest and upfront about things. And so I think we're respected by the RIAA, and I think we're valued as a partner that is doing right by artists. And Pandora pays royalties to performers.
Yeah.
Broadcast radio doesn't.
Yeah.
Where does radio listening happen?
Yeah.
Half of it's in the car. So that's going to be smartphone, eventually evolving to embedded probably in the car, where cars have their own internet or cell plans, whatever. 35% is at home. So that's going to be connected devices. Computers to some extent, maybe computers plugged into home stereo systems or networked into them. And the rest, which is about 10%, 15%, is going to be office and on the go. So in the long run, looks like computers is a smaller, relatively small piece of the pie. It's funny, as a company, we don't really think about goals in terms of income. I mean, we want to build a profitable business, but I think the best way to run a business is have a mission. Why are you doing what you're doing? If you're only doing it to make money, maybe some people do that. That's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to be part of this musical revolution. We want to help people discover stuff. We want to help artists find their audiences, build a musician's middle class, all those things. And just stay focused on that. And if we do that really well, the business will follow. We really believe that. So we really are not motivated by revenue per se. It's oxygen that allows us to breathe. And so we're smart about it. We're thoughtful about it. Have been.
It's really the passion behind the music, isn't it? And helping the artist to a certain
that may sound like pablum to say, your mission, but I actually think it's good business. If you chase money, I think you can lose your sense of identity, you lose your mission, and ultimately that will come back to bite you in material, financial ways. I'm having the time of my life. I mean, I have the best job in the world. I actually think I was kind of a manager of the bands I was in. Being a manager of a band is a lot like being an executive, and it was a much smaller company. A lot of the similar dynamics, there's so much that's similar there. And I got used to being poor, which I was for a long time in the beginning of this company. So that was all. That was a small step. But I had a lot of trepidation about the startup world and being in business and what that would involve. And it's not rocket science. It turns out it's
about relationships.
It's relationships. It's how you treat people, how you inspire people. How you articulate what you're trying to do, and being a good citizen, and everything comes from that.